Hello, geometry students. For Mr. Fry, I'm looking at that PowerPoint, that Jeopardy midterm review PowerPoint, and I'm going to be reading these off of the screen. I'm just going to be showing you the answers, so you might want to pause this as you go along, like maybe split screen it or something, where you're also looking at what the answers are. But I'm going to be reading it. So the first one. So you can see the slide and see my answers at the same time, is what I'm saying. Okay, so for the first one, you have to use that diagram and name the 4 collinear points, and I have those here. Then a line that contains point M, and then C is a line that contains points H and K. And then another name for line Q, could be line JL. There's another way you could do it too. And the intersection of lines P and R would be point M. Taking a look at the next one, a blank is a location with no size or shape, and that's going to be a point. And then number 5, a line containing point F would be line J, and B is another name for line K. C is a plane containing point A. D, an example of 3 non-collinear points. And E is the intersection of plane M and line K would be point E. And what I would suggest is maybe, just jotting these down and then going through the slides and understanding, looking at those diagrams, because I, can't really show it all at once in the way that I'm doing this right now. Slide 6. 3 coplanar points. A plane containing point X. The intersection of plane R and plane ZVY. How many planes appear in that figure? 5 of them. And how many planes contain point W? I have 3. Okay, going on to 7. The intersections of line L and M would be point E. Another name for plane Q could be plane FIG. There's other ways to do it too. Are points D and E collinear or coplanar? They're collinear. And D, how many times do planes P and Q intersect? 0. Number 8, we had PQR. We had this diagram right here where PQR is 141, and we got to find each measure. So these two are going to be, you add these up and you would get that 141. So adding those two up and get 141, I combine my like terms, isolate the variable, I get x equals 6. PQS would be 13 times that 6 plus 4, gives me 82 degrees. And then SQR would be 10 times 6 minus 1, that would equal 59 degrees. Oops. Going on to number 9. Number 9, we're looking at this diagram, which is JKM, so this small one is 43 degrees. MKL, this big obtuse one, is 8x minus 20. And then the whole thing, JKL, the largest obtuse one, is 10x, the whole thing together, 10x minus 11. And then find each measure. So we're going to take that JKM and MKL, add them together to get the whole thing, JKL, which is going to be 10x minus 11. So I just combine my like terms, isolate the variable on one side. I ended up getting 16.5, unless I did something wrong with the decimal, but that's what I ended up getting. Going back and looking at it, it looks pretty good, I guess. Oh, one thing I do notice is this. Okay, if you notice this, I just combine my like terms and I change this 11 to a 10. Okay. So I am adding one more to that. So that would be 34. This would be 34. This would be 17. Good thing I'm talking about this with you guys. This is 17. Thought it was weird that it was a decimal because, you know, I mean, it could have been, but didn't necessarily have to be. So 8 times 17 minus 20 is going to give me 116. And then 170 minus 11 is going to give me 159. Okay, so some corrections there for your slide number 9. Okay, number 10, you're looking at the diagram that is there. Once again, I'm just going to go through this so this doesn't take forever to upload, because I know some of you are waiting for this. You just isolate the variable and then you find the 3 angles, substituting that x value in for those, and you should get something like this. Same thing for number 11. And then number 12, when you come across number 12, I had to draw that because, it said this AB was perpendicular to BC, and then this DB split CBE. So these two are going to be equal. So I solve for x, and then I figure out what this CBD is. I could figure out whichever because it splits it, so both of these are going to be the same. I end up getting, for my x value, 11. And then I plugged that back in and I got 58. So this should be 58, this should be 58. So 58 plus, if this is perpendicular, that means that this is 90. So 90 plus the 58, ABD, this ABD should be 148. And that makes sense. ABD should be obtuse, and that's an obtuse angle. Okay, I'm going to do the next half on another video just because it takes so long to upload, and I know some of you are waiting for this.